There's like a little intro thing he's going to run too. So if we just sit here looking like goobers for a minute. It is. It's podcast day. We're excited. We're digging out there. What have we got? Ooh, yes.
Dude, it's fucking podcast day.
What a fucking Kaz.
Back to that
Keep going.
time when you remember what you were doing when you
Keep
first
plugging
listened to
off.
that album, or
What is going on, champions? That's right.
What was I saying?
What up?
Podcast day. Two dudes talk music. Yes, and stew. I've
Okay.
been stewing on
What was
this
I saying?
shit
Little
all
circly
day.
thingy.
What is going on? That time. Podcast time. Yeah, spill the beans, man. Spill the beans. We want it. We want this, the exclusive details.
Let's go.
Woo! How we doing?
Very well, man. How are you, my dude?
Oh,
Oh,
a
KAZZY
little bit
rules.
Little bit sick actually.
Yeah.
Come down with something. It's mild. It's mild, thankfully, but you know, it's just one of those things. Trying to beat it, not let it get too bad. You know, stay hydrated and all that business. So
Oh, man.
lots
What's going
of
on,
tea,
Iron
lots of
Wombat?
dinner.
How you going, dude?
Yeah, so that's about it. Gonna be chowing down on some lozenges and shit too during the whole thing. So
That's all right. That's all right. We
That'd be
always
right.
get through
So-
it, buddy. We always get through it.
So, please excuse me, everybody, if you hear some crunching or whatever. That's just gonna be me munching on those. How about you, man? How you doing?
Dude, I'm good, eh? I'm good. You know, got down to the local this afternoon and managed to sneak in a beer with the kid while the kids were playing in the little park thing there. It was pretty good. You know, the sun was out. And yeah, looking forward to tonight. I know we've had one of these people on, in our stream, but oof. Slash Agenda, big shout out, bro. Thank you for the follow 2 hours ago. Thank you very much, my dude. How you going tonight? I hope you're all welcome for a very, very, very good stream.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. So yeah, as you mentioned, we have had one of these guests on before. Like it was like our second episode, I think it was.
You're coming in a bit
Um,
echoey there. I have no idea
Am
why.
I?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. What is doing that? I don't know.
We'll push through.
I don't know. Let me try. I don't know. Is that any better?
It's a little bit
Not sure
better.
what's going on. All right. Cool.
Okay, then it's
I
my
might
head.
be able- I might
It's
be
my
able to
it's
fix it
my
later.
it's my headphones. It's my headphones. Probably because I got you covered through the Discord and I'm monitoring the.
Possibly.
Yep, that's me. Sorry.
Right,
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, Iron Wombat. Thank you very much for that.
No dramas. All right. So yeah. Well, let's get right to it. So many of you guys will know, as we've mentioned it before, we have made no secret of the fact that I was in Tensions Arise back in the day, back in dear, and there has been a reunion show announced. So what we thought we would do is we would get the heart and soul of the band to come on here, talk about us, talk to us about everything that's been going on to this. Slash Agenda is keen as fuck for Tensions reunion. So
Yeah.
Hell yeah. oh yeah. So let's bring him on first. So we do have the man himself, KAZZY KAGE, and the guitarist, the one of the main guitarists from Tensions Arise history, Daniel Ash. Looking real swole there, my dude.
Oh.
Looking real big
One of
old
the main, like the main guitarist, the franchise.
the main guitarist. Yeah.
Let me just get rid of these real quick so they can see everyone's beautiful face. Get rid of no logos tonight because we've got 4 of us, mate. It's all it's going off in the chat. You know, oh, Wombat, oi, oi, oi. Yeah, let's go, Ashy boy. It's so good to see you, brother. Me and Ash go way back. It's so good to see you again. I love seeing you, dude.
Good to see you again, man.
And Kaz,
Yeah. So
it's always a pleasure to see you, my friend. And congratulations on the reunion.
Thank you.
So-
Thank you.
So yeah, as we have said, the reunion show has been announced. If you follow the band on social media, you will have seen it. We strongly recommend get your tickets now, because it is limited numbers. So and there is more bands to be announced. So it's not just what's been announced so far, but yeah, you can go if you go to the Tensions Arise page. The link will be shared on there. I think it's an Eventbrite link. You go and just buy them through there, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great show. So I'm gonna let Kyle kind of take the lead on this one because it feels dumb of me to be asking questions about something that I'm already involved in that way.
It's a conflict of
Uh,
interest.
A little bit, but
No, but
so,
this is what we. Hey, this is what we do, man. We are out here trying to promote the local scene and trying to help it out as much as we can and give back to, or I'm trying to give back, and I know you are, to so much of what it actually gave me in the long run. So I'm so happy that you guys have actually made the commitment to get back together and do this run of reunion shows. Congratulations again. So good to see that Rafi got back involved as well. Let's hear how the whole thing came about. I want to know what phone call, what was the penny that dropped and made this whole thing come about.
KAZZY, I'll let you take that one.
Well, it kind of started just as COVID hit, so that was a interesting sort of time for everyone, obviously. But there was some chats with like Raph and I, and obviously Kyle and Ash, and we were considering doing it, and things started happening with discussions and whatnot, and then we all got told that we're not allowed to live our lives for a couple of years, so it sort of went on hold. That's when I think it might have even been Gavin, randomly was like, "Hey, I want to do something," and then we all agreed to have a dinner, and we all had seen each other for years, and then all those old high school emotions sort of kicked in, I guess, and then a few chicken schnitzels later, we decided to do a show or two. So yeah.
And Ash,
You are terrible at telling stories. You are real bad, like real bad.
all right. First of all, have you got your guys? I'm assuming you guys are doing this on your phone. Is everything sitting upright? Is your phone sitting upright? Turn them sideways for me. That's better. Now we can see it's all big and beautiful. There we go. Thank you.
And now Ash can do the double guns.
Yeah, show us some double guns, man, and give us the story. Tell me the story while you're throwing double guns in a Hanson shirt. I love it.
Because Hanson are the Bomb Diggity. They're the OG boy group. Like, okay, maybe not the OG, but they're just the Bomb Diggity. Hans and I went and saw them, and it was all of the funs. And yeah, no, they're just. I like fun. I'm a fun-loving guy. And I like for a metal guitarist in a Brutals metal band, I don't really tend to be a Brutals kind of guy. I listen to a lot of like pop, like Hanson. I love Aqua. I love like I listen to a lot of the newer stuff as well, which is surprising. Like I listen to a lot of from the Backstreet Boys and the NSYNCs all the way through to the Nicki Minaj's. So I remember when the band went over to America, I just discovered Nicki Minaj, and I'm like, this is the greatest shit ever. Obviously, everyone else thought I'd gone a bit nuts, but because I was listening to Nicki Minaj. But you know what? YOLO. I thought it was fun. I really like bubblegum pop. I'm throwing the double guns because I'm just fantastic, and I've got the juice, boy.
That's it. It's all about them gains.
All about them gains.
Yeah,
I've got my little protein shake in here, and just got back from the gym, and I'm not gonna say that I did arms so that I could flash the double guns in this, but I did arms so I could flash the double guns in this.
Expect nothing less.
Oh, dude, the only thing I'm gaining is a drinking problem.
Yep.
That's all right. We all got to gain something in this world, and you guys have gained a reunion. So you weren't really happy with that sort of story, Ash. Give us your version. Give us your take.
Well, it's a long bit of a long tale that I'll surmise in a couple of steps. So way back when our friend Kaz and our friend Raph were not talking for various reasons, and then they decided to go ahead and talk again. And when they decided to go ahead and talk again, Kaz and I were talking because Kaz and I talk basically every day, and 9 times out of 10 it's just me sending him sort of drawings of my doodle. But other than that, we also do tend to talk about serious things once every so often. And after he and our friend Raph started talking again for whatever reasons they weren't and they were, we were Kaz and I were talking, and we decided let's see if we can sort of hook up a jam or two, and we hooked up a jam or two, and we admittedly both Kaz and I were a little bit we approached that jam a little with some trepidation. We were trepidatious, if that's even a word, and if it's not, it damn well is now. And it actually, and both of us said it actually felt from a chemistry perspective, felt like it used to in the band, felt really good. So that was awesome. And then COVID hit and went fuck you to everything and everyone all over the world forever. So that sucked. And then in the meantime, Raph was like, fuck you, I'm moving to Queensland. And we were like, oh, okay, cool, see ya. And then after he fucked off and moved to Queensland, then Kaz and I were still talking. I tend to make jokes a lot. So I hit up our friend Gavin and said, hey, Gav, and this, by the way, Kaz and I have had a few drinks at this point. So I was probably 50% serious, 50% just fucking around. And I hit up Gav and said, hey, Gav, want to get the band back together again? And it was especially funny because Gav's actually joined and left the band a few times. And I know that our friend Iron Wombat will be watching this, and I don't think he minds me saying this because it's kind of the truth everyone knows. He joined the band and then left for personal reasons, and that's okay. We've always remained friends and always remained on great terms. And then he came back, and then he left, and then he came back, and then he left. So I was just being a drunken idiot going, hey, Gav, want to come back to the band? And he said, kind of. And I really wasn't expecting that response. So Kaz and I were sitting there going, well, we might have Gavin back in the band, but then what do we do with Gavin? Because Kyle had already gone on to do other things. Fast forward to this dinner that Kaz speaks about, and we all ended up back at Kazzy's place afterwards to have some drinks. And Kyle, I'm pretty sure you were there as well.
I was there at that pinnacle moment. It was
around the table. I'd had the conversation with Kaz, and he'd had it with Gavin. Gavin had it with Kyle, and Kyle had it with Raph. And then we all sort of sat around and said, so like, are we actually going to do this thing? Is this going to be a thing? Are we going to like all just stand around and circle jerk? Or are we actually going to do a bit of a reunion? And we all sort of stood there a bit awkwardly and went, you know what? I think we might have a story to tell here. So we made the pact, let's call it that night. It wasn't a blood pact. We didn't actually soggy sayo, but we all sort of stood around and went, I think this is a go. And then Kaz obviously made all the preparations and went and sort of pulled everything together as Kaz tends to do. And when we had our first practice run, again, there was a little bit of trepidation, probably on everyone's part, because we were like, what's this going to feel like? We haven't played together in 10 damn years. Is this going to be good? Is it going to be shit? Is it going to be okay? But we went in and it actually felt really good. We went, you know what? Yeah, this is happening. This is actually happening. Let's make a baby. And that baby turned out to be this reunion show that we're doing in February.
Your version was much better.
I have that was way better.
It captured me. It had circle jerks. It had soggy. It had everything.
You know what it reminded me
I
of?
only had chicken schnitzel. I'm so sorry.
And trepidatious is a word. I
If
found
you've
out in the chat.
seen- If you've seen Ant-Man and the way that his mate talks to him when he's telling a story, that's exactly what that reminded me of.
Yeah.
I don't mind that comparison, so thank you.
Yeah, so apparently you guys called Gavin at 2 a.m. about it, something like that.
Yeah, that's happened a few times. Yeah,
Far out.
it's
All I
got
can
to
say
the
is-
point where we've been up a lot, and it'd just be like a new group chat with Gavin and us too, and then it would be like, hey, Gav or something, and 9 times out of 10 the response would be like, oh, here we go again. Like, he just knows that we're drunk and talking silly shit. And then just this time it worked, I guess. So
No, well, good on you. I mean, all you can do is dip your toe back in the water, man. I mean, you guys had great following before the whole thing sort of happened, and it was just going unreal. You got the opener for Seven Dust, and I was there for that, and I saw you guys play that. That was hectic. I was up front for it. It was mad. I was jelly. I had jelly legs.
so did we. So,
Oh man, no, and it was unreal. I mean, and now that you guys have had a couple of practices and sort of got back into it again, how are you guys feeling about moving forward?
Kaz?
Honestly, don't sugarcoat it. Be honest. This is a safe place of honesty.
Kaz, you want to jump in?
I've got a lot of nerves about it all still. It's unlike the rest of the guys, I tend to need and feel more comfortable with a lot more practice.
Yep.
So I'm struggling with that part in my mind, but at every practice that we have done, every one of us has been better, and it's been tighter, and it's been more fun, and so it's definitely going to be great. Like, as good as we could ever make it, it's definitely going to be that. I've just got to get over a few of those sort of mental health issues and nerves about everything. It's very hard coming back into something that you haven't done for 5 years and then trying to figure out how to reset everything like business wise and then come and do all the practicing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so but, I mean the practice is good. I mean we got another one this weekend, and I'm pretty sure we're all excited for that because I think we're now at the point where we're actually ready to jam what we think will be our set list as opposed to just jumping into a song. So
That's exciting.
Yeah,
That's exciting,
it
man.
is. Yeah, it's very exciting, man. It's going to be good. Like the bands that we have on the show, even the ones that we don't have announced, every single one of them are beyond amazing. And if we're headlining a thing, we've got to be as great as what we ever were, and I think we're going to do that. So it's going to be awesome.
Yep, mate. That's it. That's it. Whatever you do, don't let your nerves get the better of you and have too much to drink before you go on stage.
Yeah. If we're following Red B, we've got to fucking bring it, basically.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
When I saw Red B on that bill, right? Because I had Dan Silk on my podcast before, and I was talking about how like all of us sort of used to do sort of the traps with him, and he kind of remembered me and remembered a couple of bands that I mentioned, but it was just sort of the respect that they sort of commanded on how good they were. They were just sort of like, yeah, okay, you guys can just stay over there. I ain't mucking around. I ain't mucking around with you guys. You guys are the three piece of power.
Yeah, man. They are
I remember the first time I ever saw Red B, I was at the and you might even remember this, Mr. English. We was back at when the Agent, not the Agent Club, no, when it was the Albion in Parramatta. Used to do Club League on Thursday nights.
Yeah, man.
And so I would have been. We're talking 15 years ago now. And I remember they used to every so often put bands on, and the thing I remember about the night, but also that particular when they used to set bands up is they had like a I can't think of the right word, like a laser pointer they configured to the band's name, and then it'd point on the back wall.
Yeah.
And I remember I top playing pool and looked down and saw that said Red B, and I'm like, Red B, what a fucking shit name is Red B? Like, fuck that. And then they started, and I remember they got about halfway through their first song, and I was sort of, if you remember, you stood up where the pool tables were, you could sort of stand and look over and watch the band.
Oh, dude, I love that fucking place. Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, they got about halfway through their first song, and I was like, okay, I need to watch this, and I was just wrapped from then on in. Like it just, I couldn't take my eyes off them. I think I ended up losing that pool game and had to sort of run around the table with my pants down because I lost it 7 balls down because I just couldn't stop watching them. And you know what? It's worth it.
7 balls deep in Red B at that point.
Not that you haven't minded getting your pants off.
Oh,
no, not at all.
So you got Red B, you got Tomorrow's New Format. Where that's the old bassist from Hazmat, and I cannot remember the other name.
Evan originally from Horrorwood Mannequins, Mano from Ill Content. So
yeah.
So that's a lot of names from back in the day,
like
right there.
yeah, man. And then who was the last one? The third one you announced was I can't remember the third bit.
That's it so far. I think it's just Antonomasia.
Yeah, Antonomasia. That's it. So you got the two female fronted bands.
Yep.
Very good, and they've actually got a very keen following from what I had a little peek around as soon as you posted it up. I'm like, okay, let's see what they're getting on. Yep. And you guys have brought a very, very good show. I'm looking forward.
And that's the first announcement, man. Like, there's a bunch more that we've got to announce. It's like I pretty much all the bands that are going to be announced. I personally wanted and was able to get, and it was, when I say personally wanted, I mean it was my own fandom of I love these bands. They're really good. Some of them I've known since before I even did music myself. If I could get in some way like a Sydney kind of reunion-y thing happening, it'd be great. And Red B, like, when I hit them up, within hours, Dan's hit me back, and straight away, man, it was like, absolutely, we would
Yeah,
do this. Like,
man.
let's just do this. And I was shocked. And to be honest, I hadn't seen those guys in such a long time. I didn't even think that they would remember me. And that might sound silly, but I don't know, I just feel that way. And I asked that, I'm like, hey man, I don't know if you remember me. And he's just laughed at me. He's like, are you kidding me? As if I could forget you, dude. Like, let's do the show.
Kaz, you are the most
Um,
memorable motherfucker in the world.
yeah, man.
You undersell yourself so hard, my friend.
Oh, I appreciate it, dude. But I think it's better to undersell yourself than be a complete douchebag and, you know, and be horrible to people and
Yeah.
think so much of yourself. The scene should have always been about everybody, not just one person or one band or one thing. It should have been a growth for everybody. And that's like, I'm still a big fan, dude. And all these bands, if we weren't doing like a part of this show and this show was a thing, I would be going to it because of all these bands that are on it.
That's awesome.
And Anton and Major, we played with them in like 2014, and they blew me away then. And now it's their original lineup as well from way back when. And Sam has been absolutely amazing throughout this entire process behind the scenes. He's been helpful. He's been offering to do things that bands being put on a show shouldn't even offer to do. Like, the guy is unreal. I can't wait to actually hang out with them. Tomorrow's new format, obviously, that as a band they're new to the scene and everything, but as we've all said, everyone in the band has history, and they're only going to get better and stronger. And being a local band, you know, they should do pretty well as well. We should be announcing more bands at the end of the week.
Woo!
And then there'll be some sort of things coming from that. I'm actually going to be announcing I guess in a way, like a mini competition type thing.
Ooh.
To have an opening act. Obviously, the only thing they really win is getting to be on the show, right? But it's going to be a thing where we're going to post about it and get anyone and everyone to just, you know, post their friends or their friends' bands, anyone, that people we may know, people we may not know. And if someone's interested, you know, they can hit us up and we can have a look at it. And, you know, if they want to sell some tickets like we're all going to be doing to make this thing bigger, we'll get somebody on there, you know, and just make it a great day. I know it's going to be difficult because of other things going on in the city, but it's going to be a great night for all of us anyway.
Nah, it will be. It will be. So, what's the whole format? Or how are you, like? Is it going to be like a full evening thing? I noticed you said it was an all ages licensed venue.
Yep. So, doors will be around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, man. So there'll be bands from like about 3:30 onwards. Most bands will be playing half-hour sets. Us and Red B will be doing a 45. Yeah, the venue's allowing me to do the licensable ages. So obviously, anyone under 18 needs to have some sort of parent or guardian. But they are allowed to be there for the full show, which is great because sometimes there's time limits for that sort of thing. But it's all been confirmed that they're all welcome. So we did that for a lot of reasons, man. A lot of our friends have kids, so bring them along. Let's go.
Well, you know what I did today? You know what I did today with my daughter? While I was at the pub, I sat there and I went.
Did you get her a ticket for a mosh fest? Did you?
I go. Do you want to go, baby? Do you want to go to the concert with Daddy? And she's like, yeah, let's go.
Oh, that's so
she's
cool.
like, but
that's
is it?
What it's about,
she's like, is it your music or my music, Daddy? I go, well, all music is your music. You know, it's not.
Yeah.
What are we gonna say, Raffy boy?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that's exactly it. Like, you know, if a lot of the people that were fans and supporters of Tensions Arise back in the day, yeah, they got kids now, right? Like now they've grown up and they got kids, and it's an opportunity for for them to bring these kids along and show them like the stuff that they were into back in the day. I mean, members in the band now, members that are playing now have kids, so they're going to be able to come along and see, you know, see their parents and and performing and doing this stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think, and it's going to be a hell of a party too. So
be a lot of old
we're
friends
on-
catching up together.
I'm going to make sure to have accommodation sorted as close as possible to the venue so that I can stumble back there afterwards.
Yeah, it'll be good, man. I'm going to read some of this chat, and then I've got a question for you, Ash. So where were we? So Ant-Man, yeah, I was sick of that every time. Yeah, it worked. Okay. From Slash Agenda said, you guys will kill it, and you guys will. It's muscle memory, man. Just put yourself back in your peak, Kaz and Ash, and when you guys are at your peak, man, you guys were awesome. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
And it goes,
Thank you.
there you go. Slash Agenda said, please play Enemy. I got to scream with KAZZY on stage at the Louis. One of my favourite memories. Man, the Lewisham Hotel.
Maybe we should learn that one as an encore.
Oh.
Oh my god.
No.
Well, we'll be able to play it when we're drunk. It's fine. Like
You just gotta
you know what? That's fair. That's fair. We can all do steps and then come.
you
and then,
can.
like, roll back on stage and play
Fine.
it.
You go and sit down. I'll just turn on the octave pedal on my thing. All right?
Sold.
You don't have to play.
Sold.
And then and everyone agrees you're unforgettable, KAZZY, and there you go. Iron Wombat said he's already got Enemy memorized.
Oh Jesus.
Of course he does.
So Ashy boy.
It's 3 notes.
So I've had the pleasure of knowing Daniel for a very, 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 very long time. And the reason why I say that is because Daniel and I used to play in a band together back in high school when we were like 13, 14 and shit. It was mad time. Daniel was always a very good guitarist. He was decent and you could really see that he was going to go places early. But then we sort of lost contact for about 4 or 5, maybe 7 years, and then there was a show in Canberra, and we bumped into yeah, it was at the basement, and we bumped into each other, and it was the biggest man hug I've ever had in my life, and it was just like I was back in high school, saw him again. It was the old high school handshake. It was mad.
Yeah.
So after everything happened, you know, like, we had a mad night, whatever. But the question is, after so long in between drinks from the last time Tensions Arise played, what was it like picking up the guitar, and was it easy? Was it easy just to sort of set yourself back into that rhythm? Did you just pick it up and just go, okay, Matt, I remember all this?
Probably, to be fair, probably half. Because I am lazy. So I like to do as little as possible. So in terms of practicing, what I did was I basically went through and went, okay, well, how can I be as good as possible? How can I play well, like we were at our peak, while doing as little as possible? Because, again, I'm lazy. So I went through and went, okay, well, got all the songs we were going to play. I put them on, played to them, and went, okay, am I good? Do I remember this one? Can I play through it perfectly? Yep. No, I'm shit at this one. I've got to practice that. Yep. And yeah, to be fair, it was probably about half. Half of them I was like, yeah, 1 or 2 run-throughs, and yep, I think I'm good. The rest of them I was like, no, fuck, I've got to work at this. Because I hadn't, and the biggest thing for me was just getting my endurance back up, because I've been sort of playing in between, but not to the point of sort of practicing for 3 hours or playing a full show sort of end to end kind of thing. So yeah, for me that was the biggest thing, is just sort of doing my exercises and stuff. And the reason that I say that is, and you know, you guys will probably remember this. I had, for a little back when sort of Tensions were still banging, there was an event that we now affectionately call the dogmouth fuck, where I got into a fight with 2 dogs, and I'd like to say I won.
Okay.
But what were you going to say?
No, I was just like, I
remember
remember the incident, but I didn't realize that's what you guys had called it. So I was like, where the fuck is this going?
No, that was what we called it. Was I got dogmouth fucked. I got in a fight with two staffies, and I'd like to think that I won because I'm still around and they're not. But they fucked me pretty good. So I had like bites all up and down my arm like
Oh,
this. It was like I've still got like mad scars. I don't know if you can see them.
nah,
Like,
not that well.
scars like up this part of my arm, I still can't feel it. Like mad nerve damage all up there. And what was funny was that this actually happened. We'd gone. We had a show in Wollongong the night before, I think, and I'd just gotten home. We had a show that night at the Agincourt.
Yeah, we played on that show with you guys.
Yeah, it was
that's
the
right.
tour with Acid if Intentions Arise.
That's right. So yeah, I got the dog, came across the dogs, biff biff biff, run run run. And I was standing inside my house after all said and done, waiting for the ambulance to get there, and like again, you probably can't see, but I've got this mad scar that comes all the way up across there.
Oh no, you can a bit.
This whole this whole part of my hand was basically hanging off. Like legit, it was like that.
Whoa!
Like yeah, because at one point I had one of the dogs had this whole part of my hand in their mouth, and I was because heat of the moment you do some stupid shit. I was just trying to wrench my arm out of its mouth, and obviously it wasn't letting go, so it was just ripping this part more and more and more. Like I'm genuinely lucky I didn't get this whole part ripped off. But anyway, I was standing there waiting for the ambulance to arrive, looking at this big hunk of my hand hanging off, and it must have been the adrenaline because I remember thinking that's going to hurt to play tonight. Well, that's what kept running through my head. It wasn't until I was actually in the ambulance with the ambos giving me all the morphine and sort of strapping me up that I was like, maybe I might not actually play tonight. That might be a thing. So, tangenting story, but back to the question at hand. Ever since then, because my hand gets really because of the nerve damage, and all the things that have to happen, my hand gets real cramped up real easy. So I've had to I had to get a lot of physio on it. I've got to do a lot of warm up exercises, a lot of stretches and stuff to get my endurance back up to how it was. Especially because this is my threading hand, so it's to do all this sort of stuff. Like
especially the anchoring on your thumb.
Yeah.
Like when you got to anchor behind the front, but
Yeah. So that's been the biggest difficulty for me is getting my endurance up and getting back to doing all my stretches and doing all my exercises and stuff.
Wow.
It's a very long answer to your short question.
Wow, I'm surprised they didn't tell you to just keep playing guitar as rehab.
They did. They 100% they did. That was because when I was after obviously the initial surgery, and then they sent me away for a couple of weeks to heal and came back. And then when the doctor the first time I went back to the doctor, he said, okay, well we'll start. He was asking me questions about like what he does for work, what he does for hobbies. Probably trying to figure out things about like how much time to give me off, and also the rehab question. And I did say, well, I'm a guitar. I am or I was a guitarist in a band, and he's like, good, great. Injuries like this, we actually recommend things like playing a musical instrument, whether it be guitar or piano, whatever the case may be. But we do kind of recommend that as a good form of rehab. So if you already play guitar, we'll obviously don't rush it, but we'll tell you when to start it. But yes, that's a great form of rehab if you want to do that.
Oh.
That's what they were saying. It's like pick up that and they were telling me, okay, try for 10 minutes today, try for an hour today, try for an hour and a half, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, so that they absolutely did, and it was a really, really good source of rehab.
Oh, that is amazing. I'm so sorry. The reason why I cracked up so hard is because Slash Agenda just put in tendons arise.
Yep.
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was good.
Yep.
That was.
I'll play that.
That was a zinger.
But I mean, I remember that. I remember being at the venue, and I can't remember if it was like, was it until we were at the venue that KAZZY got the news or what? But like we were at the venue.
So
maybe I arrived and KAZZY was like, Ash has fucking been munched by a dog. He can't play.
Yeah. So, for my side of that whole thing, I actually travelled back from Wollongong with Ash and his then partner, and I went home, collected my stuff, and because I was staying in the city that night, so I was going to the hotel. So I had gotten to the hotel, and I was like, oh, excellent, time for a nap. So I was having a sleep, and then I woke up to contact from Ash, and as you can tell by his, and like you said earlier, he's all about the fun. So when he started telling me things like, I'm in hospital, I got, eaten alive by a dog and I'm not coming to the show, I'm instantly annoyed at him thinking, you're full of shit and this is not funny. And then he's sending me photos of the most disgusting thing I've ever seen apart from his willy. And I'm like, oh, well, this is good. So I then go to the venue thinking, that's a great way to end a tour. It's our hometown show and, my main guy's not going to be by my side. And so naturally, yes, as you said, everyone got to the venue and I was letting people know in my very frantic, freaked out way. And then I decided to get myself written off drunk to the point where I couldn't actually perform the show. So that was fun.
Yeah, that was a messy
So
night.
while it was a very messy night. While Ash was in the hospital and I was worried about my boo over there, I decided to get myself drunk and make a mess of myself.
Hey, we all have our coping mechanisms at these times of trauma.
Yes. That was mine. So I had it worse than you, Ash, okay?
Okay.
I only saw KAZZY, so I can say yes, he was. So I didn't see you, Ash. So.
Yeah.
I'm siding with you, Kaz.
I'll send you the photos. I'll still
no.
They're pretty gory.
No,
I certainly think the next morning KAZZY would have felt worse.
Oh, man, this chat is going off. I just got to keep reading it. I'm Wombat has said that, to be honest, Ash's guitaring intimidated me when he joined. So it didn't surprise me how quickly he picked everything back up. That is so true. That is so true. And Slash Agenda said, Jesus Christ, about your story about your hand getting ripped apart. And then we got, I remember the band. Oh, and Wombat said, I remember the bandages when I saw him at the hospital the next day. I was shattered. Thought he'd never play again. Sorry, the tendons got wrecked. And that's when the tendons arise call got made. That was good. It was so good.
Yep.
And then, Slash Agenda, what a cunt, Ash. And then I'm Wombat. I got the phone call 2 hours before I normally leave for a gig. Oh, wow. Left the house straight away and drove down. Oh, I remember the night. It was a crazy night because you pulled out all the stops. You called up everyone. You called up everyone.
Yep.
You called up everyone, and it was just bad timing, bad luck. It was just bad. Nothing. Yeah, it was just an unfortunate scene of events. By the end of it, but you still got on stage. You still got on stage, and you still had a half decent show. I mean, everyone sympathised with your plight.
Yeah, I mean, for me, man, like Ash is my best friend, and there's no secret that like we're super close. And for me to not play a show with him since he had joined, that was probably the most uncomfortable I've ever sort of felt doing music. And that's why I think really for me, like doing any form of music, it's always going to be Ash and I. Like, we all might do other things, bits and pieces with other people and all that, but when it comes to this, when it comes to any form of tensions, it could be anyone else, but it's always going to be him and I. And he's probably the only person that I've consistently had that with. And so to have that happen, obviously, definitely not about me, but I was more concerned about him.
Yeah,
obviously.
Of course, we all were that night.
Yeah. I mean, my best friend is in hospital, and I can't leave what I'm doing to go make sure he's okay. And not knowing what's going on, obviously he had no idea either. But it was just a crazy day, and obviously it worked out for the better at the end because I think he and I got closer as well. But obviously I think it maybe Ash, you might agree. It's sort of the whole experience probably showed like to not take certain things for granted. I guess like obviously your guitar playing or whatever and things like that. Like that could have been totally taken away from you. And
there's definitely some lessons to be learned about that.
Was there ever a point where you thought you'd never be able to play, Daniel?
No. As long as my thumb was still attached, which it was, I'm gonna be playing again.
I like that shit. I love that shit.
I'm gonna be a terrible, like more terrible guitarist. I thought it was gonna be crappins, but yeah, no, I was always like, I'll play again.
That's good, man. I love that perseverance. I love hearing stories like that. I love the cockiness about it too. It was like, nah, there was never a doubt. They got it back on. I'm going. Going full hog.
I remember I was even talking to some of the doctors about it, like when I was laying in the hospital bed before anything, before any surgery or anything. I was like, yeah, so you can. I've still got like use of my thumb because at the time, like my thumb was broken and all the tendons ripped, so it was literally just hanging off there like a flaccid doodle, like not doing anything. And I was saying to the doctors, like, am I going to be able to get used to my thumb back? And they're like, yeah, you're fine. And I'm like, we're going to be able to do this all back again. And they're like, yeah, you're fine. So I was like, yeah, cool, I'll play again.
Yeah. Yes.
Half of it might have been the morphine, but yeah, I was like, no, I'll do it again. But speaking of the morphine, there was one point where I remember getting into not an argument, but I was adamant that because my mum obviously came straight to the hospital when she found out. She's not the hospital they took us to. My mum's not too far from, so she was there in seconds. And I was talking to her at one point, again, high as hell off morphine, telling her that she needs to get me in the car and drive me up to the gig, like hospital gown and bandages and all. Because I was like, if I can't play, I'm sure it's all going to be there and watching and probably going to get up and do some guestings. Never mind again, but I had a hospital gown on. My entire arm was bandaged up and I'd taken a hell of a amount of morphine. I was ready to go.
Yes.
I have never heard that story before, and that's amazing.
That is awesome. Oh, Wombat said you're not terrible, and he said that in big capital letters too. That was very assertive. You are not terrible. It's like, you are not terrible.
Thank you, Mr. Wombat.
And then yeah, Slash Agenda said morphine drools.
I've only had morphine once in my life, and that was when that happened. And
I don't mind. Those kind of trips. I've never had the fortunate thing or unfortunate luck of being injured enough to necessitate morphine. But yes.
Well, see, I've got this like. I'll call it an aversion. Maybe not an aversion, but I wouldn't call myself anti-drugs, but I've never been keen on drugs to the point where I will not eat. I'll drink alcohol like a fish. That's a separate thing. But other than that, like I won't even take Panadol unless I'm basically dying.
Fair enough.
So when after the sort of attack happened, the ambulance got there and they sort of got myself and my partner, who also got my partner at the time. Sorry, she also got a couple of injuries, a couple of pretty nasty ones actually from the dogs. So they loaded us in the ambulance and I'm like, no, look after her. I'm fine. Just wrap me up in a towel and I'm good. And the ambo said, oh, do you want some morphine? And I'm like, no, it's fine, doesn't hurt. I'm good. Obviously the adrenaline coursing through my veins, and we were about halfway to the hospital before I felt the pain just sort of start slowly creeping up my arm. And I'm like, oh, there goes that adrenaline. And I sort of looked at one of the ambos and went, can I have that morphine now, please? Like now, like go. But yeah, that was some fun in the ambulance.
And look at you, it doesn't matter though. You're back, baby. Tensions arise, are back, baby. They're back, baby. Are we going to go...
Party Rock is in the house tonight.
Yeah. So...
Party Rock, the OG Party Rockers.
Let's start promoting everything. What do you got out? You got new merch.
Yes. So, we're doing like a pre-order run of shirts. There's like two options. They both have to do with the last two songs we released, and obviously some iconic characters are on the shirts. So obviously our track Prepare to Strike, which is based on the Karate Kid and Cobra Kai, all that sort of thing. The shirt for that is obviously the guys from Cobra Kai, so Sensei Kreese and Johnny Lawrence are on it. For our song Urge to Kill, which was written by our amazing last bass player Tim, it has Freddy Krueger on there, so that's why we sort of announced it on Halloween as well, to get that bit of a spooky and fun. Pre-orders are only available up until December 5th, though, because I want to get the shirts as early as possible to ship out to whoever needs it, or be ready and organised for whoever's going to pick it up at the show. So all people need to do is look up Tensions Rise on Big Cartel, go to our Facebook page, all that sort of stuff. All the information's there, and you'll be able to pre-order it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And
Yeah, man.
you've got a wide range of sizes. You go from how many sizes?
So we're willing to do extra small, which is the best we can do for kids. So if someone wants their little kid to have a shirt, extra small is probably your best bet. And I think we got the 3XL.
Nice.
Yeah, so it'll be $30 posted, but it's $20. It'll say in the when you select it, it'll say $20 for a pickup at the Much Best, but that can also be for, if any of us can actually just meet up with you or whatever, like just select that option if need be. But yeah, man, like I'm really excited about that. The guy that did the artwork for us has done a lot of big bands, and forgive me, but I can't think of the names at the moment. But he's also done a lot of like professional wrestlers and stuff like that. And anyone
wow.
knows me knows I'm big on that. And I didn't know this until I got the shirts done. So yeah, it's going to be fun, man. We're hoping to sell a bunch of those, and it's doing okay at the moment. Obviously, we got the show coming up, the big festival that we're putting on. So yeah, get tickets for that at the Eventbrite website. All that, like I said, all that's on our Facebook page, man, and our personal pages and whatnot. So, yeah, it's going to be good, dude. It's very nerve-wracking, very exciting times for us, I think.
Hey, man, it's what you do best, though. You were so good. You were so good at it, Kaz. This is your element, brother. Get back into it. Yeah, we've been.
That's it, man. We're hoping so.
Yeah. So there we go. He's selling any shirts at Moshfest.
Yep.
Perfect.
So,
there we go. Just got to ask that.
Yep, we'll hopefully have a couple at the show, but the best bet will be the pre-orders before the 5th of December, so that can secure yourself a shirt for sure.
Perfect.
And they'll be cheaper that way too.
Do we have any of the older merch laying around anywhere that we're going to be able to flog for real cheap?
I may have some stuff, which I mean I'll happily, if I can find it, which I think I know where it all is. I had planned on actually just flogging off for a couple of bucks or whatever.
Yeah, I think have a clearance sale on it. For
well, that's it. I mean,
whatever's
I'm going to
there.
need McDonald's at the end of the night, so I need some cash.
We all will be.
Bad money, right?
That's it, man. You gotta have that extras. Gotta have those extras, and it'll be good for people to have one last chance. For any old fans that didn't have an opportunity to grab a t-shirt, the only way you're going to be able to grab a t-shirt is if you click on that link that Raf put up there. Go get yourself a ticket to Moshfest. The link's there. Go grab yourself a ticket. Then you can go organise yourself a new shirt, and then at the show you can go get one of the old school clearance shirts and say that you have old and new memorabilia if you haven't gotten it yet.
And what you really should do, okay, is every shirt you're going to buy 2 of them, so you can have a t-shirt version and then one where you cut the sleeves off so you can have the guns.
That's it.
2 versions. You need to have
sleeves off their shirt.
one to preserve for posterity and one to
And bring a Sharpie. I'm sure the boys will be happy to sign it. That'd be an interesting bit of memorabilia. Getting all members.
I'll happily sign boobs and butts. I don't care.
That's sweet. Sweet. What about hairy ass cheeks? Mine.
Should we be really pretentious and print out some photos so we can sell signed photos?
Oh, you know what? Please get face shots and just sell them for.
You laugh at like I haven't done it already.
Okay.
No, the face shots we can't do those at the venue, mate. There's going to be kids there. Remember?
Got to keep it PG.
Just do a calendar and all of it. I want it to be KAZZY, just doing different naughty poses.
Oh my god.
We'll call it the crazy KAZZY calendar.
And December, all you have is a Santa hat. I don't care where you wear it, but that's all you have.
Yeah, we'll call it, with all K's. We'll call it the crazy KAZZY calendar.
I'm pretty sure we'll get cancelled for that one.
Oh no, that was good. That was good. This is all happening tonight. Yes. It's happening. Yes, I love it. That was.
Gabe, you're not my real dad. You can't tell me no.
No, I have to get rid of that one. I'm sorry, I have to get rid of that one.
Kaz, after this, let's talk because I don't hate that idea.
Sounds good.
Oh, I have to get rid of that one. I can't get rid of it. Wait.
Uh,
Oh, I don't know how to get rid of it. Oh, I don't know how to get rid of it.
Oh, okay.
It was funny when he said it. You can't write it down.
You can't put it in the
I don't know how to get rid of it. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so either
hang
way,
on.
we got give me the dates. February 24th.
No.
No.
February 4th.
February 4th. February 4th. February 4th. Has the venue been actually announced?
Yeah, so it's at High Street Social in Penrith.
High Street Social in Penrith.
Yep, it's got a pretty cool beer garden out the back. That's where the show will be. There's also like pinball machines and fun stuff like that inside. So it's definitely like a venue for kids and people to just do whatever. Like if you don't want to go out and watch a certain band, go play some pinball. Take your kids inside. Like
Yeah.
it's I think it's the perfect little venue for a family reunion, pretty much.
I
man.
like it.
So,
I like it. It's good, mate. And yeah, it's licensed as well. So seriously, grab the kids, grab the kidlets. Make sure you get a Dezo. Make sure you get a Dezo, Darren. Grab a ticket off that link in the chat. Go grab, mate. You got to do it. You got to do it. It will be an absolute banging time. You will see old faces. You will see new faces. You will see. It'll just be a mad family reunion. If you're in the scene and you remember seeing Tensions or Rise, get down there because yeah, there'll be a whole bunch of us down there having a mad time.
yeah, man.
Kicks off at 3 p.m. So you got no excuse. Get down there. Get the fuck down there. Get the fuck
It's
down
gonna be
there.
good. It's gonna be good.
John.
It's
All
gonna
right.
be good. We'll
And come have a beer with
have
me. And Raph. And Kaz.
Absolutely, yeah,
and
we'll
Ash.
be down
and
there.
Watch me gallivant around and film stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
Carl's
like-
gonna be down there filming shit, doing a bunch of interviews.
Yeah,
and shit.
I'll be doing it. Like, so if you're down there and you want to get on, if you want to get on the YouTube stuff, I'll be doing stuff down there for Studios Talk Music. We'll be I'll be trying to film the whole day. Mate, I'll do a little time capsule of the day for you. It'll be good. It'll be good. I don't know if you got people doing it down there, but I'll do my own one if you don't mind.
Nah, that's perfect, man. Go.
No, it'll be good. It'll be really, really good. Oh. Okay, wait. You have a dashboard. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what. I'm still trying to work this out. I can't. But that's alright. It's there now. We don't like it there. We don't endorse it. It was just a little silly joke.
It's alright. It'll be fine. But yeah, so it's one of the things that I think's been, for me, has been really fun about this whole thing is like how, like the weirdest thing is how normal it feels. Being back in a room with those dudes, like, you know, when we had that dinner and there was all 5 of us there, that was the first time we'd all been all in the one place together in about 10 years. And then when we got us into the rehearsal room, again, that was probably even longer than that. So, weird times, all being together again like that, but it's lots of fun. It's lots of fun. So,
But then,
Yeah.
like, how long from that last show to this point was it? Can you give us a time?
so I think my last show with the band was towards the end of 2013.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, it sounds about
It
right.
was towards the end of 2013, and you know we had like it was officially my last show. It wasn't like there was a big blow up and I left before I could have an official goodbye or anything. But yeah, so that was the last time that we performed with all of us together like that.
Ash disappeared. Ash disappeared, and we're about to get into his questions.
Okay, I'll come. I'm still here. I was just going on a toilet break, and I'm pretty sure y'all don't want to see that. But,
No.
Okay.
No.
If you need to go do that, you go do that. We'll run Kazzy through the quick question quarter.
Yeah. Let's just hit that cutaway.
And then-
Let's just hit that cutaway.
All right, hit the cutaway.
Oh God. Hold on. He stuffed up my screens. Okay, let's see that cutaway. All right, question quarter. Let's do it.
All right. So, Kazzy, I don't know if you've seen the podcast since we've introduced this, but
No.
basically what we do is we just run through some rapid fire questions and,
Yep.
quick question and answer. And they start off easy and then they get more in depth as you go along.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
So this is going to help a lot. If a lot of people might not know you very well, they might have only met you a couple of times. After this, they will know you on a much deeper level.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have to buy me dinner first, eh?
Or a drink.
in a biblical sense. So, first instrument that you ever picked up, or you ever tried to learn?
I think it was like a recorder or something in primary school.
That's the second
Let's-
person that said
The
that.
second person that said that. Let's ignore recorder because I think everyone kind of had that in primary school.
Alright, I'll probably like maybe let's go to something really cool like the maracas or something.
All right.
I was actually a beast on the triangle, man. Like I was unreal.
Triangle solo. Okay, first album that you ever purchased.
First album I ever purchased was Hanson's Middle of Nowhere.
All right. The first live concert that you ever attended.
First live concert was Horn, Static X, Fear Factory, and Stunk Lotto. I think it was.
That was at the entertainment center, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, was
And,
that? I was at that show. I was at that show.
Yeah, it was unreal. But at the time, I knew who Fear Factory were, but I wasn't huge into them. And I just noticed when they played, there was a completely different vibe in the room. Yeah, I became a fan from that with them.
That's mad.
All right, cool.
Yep.
What's an instrument that you've always wanted to learn?
I actually wanted to be a drummer, and then I picked up the drumsticks one time, and I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'll do something different. But yeah, I actually wanted to be a drummer.
Okay. If you could pick one big band or artist to open a show for, living or dead, active or not, so you can pick whatever era you want, whatever band you want, whatever lineup you want. If you could pick one big band or artist to open a show for, who would it be?
For me, my ultimate would be Devil Driver, because Des has been one of the main reasons.
I kind of thought that might be where you'd go with that one.
Yeah. So yeah, Devil Driver or a version of Cold Chamber. Always Des.
Who is a band or artist you're listening to right now that you believe is seriously underrated, that more people should know about?
Demi Lovato. No, honestly, Bury Tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're really good.
What is something that people might be surprised to learn about you?
People that don't really know me that had seen me on stage, when they find out that the real me is actually shy, insecure, and worried about what people think of him, all that, they don't get that with me on stage. So when they find out that that's how I really am, it sort of takes them back a bit.
Okay. Cringiest band name or song name that you've ever been involved with?
Yeah, I was 7 years old, and my friend Kitty and I were going to start a band, and we were going to call it Montalica. Now I realise that Lars would probably soon.
And here's a good one. Your most controversial musical opinion?
I don't know if I have a controversial opinion.
Bullshit.
Musically, I don't. Like,
And there's got to be a band that you think is like that everyone loves, and you're just like, nah,
Meh.
they're overrated, or something like that.
really, man. Like, I think everyone should just enjoy what they enjoy, and no one should be judged for that. If it's nothing that's going to
Well,
harm anyone.
you're not having to judge anyone for it. You're just like something that
No, no,
you
no,
know.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, I don't think I have anything controversial because, like, I'm pretty open with
I'll give you an
all that
example.
sort of stuff.
I'll give you an example. Yeah, I don't know if I've like.
Yeah.
So
Give me one of yours.
I I, I don't like Tool. I get it. Like, I get everyone, but I'm just like, fuck Tool. Like, come on, man. Just like, I get it. Like, I appreciate what you're doing. I get why people, but for me, it's just like, if I was to own a building, I'd have Tool playing in my elevator. Like, Tool to me is just like elevator music.
Yeah.
Or I'll give you my one, which is that Slayer sucks.
That is pretty controversial.
Yeah. See,
Like-
like Slash Agenda
like-
said, I don't care for Metallica. See?
Jeez, I don't think I've got anything controversial with that. I think. Alright, I think Jimi Hendrix is overrated.
There you go. Wow.
There we go.
There you go.
All right. Okay, Ash, your turn here. So, first instrument you ever picked up?
Drums, and there's a story behind it that I'll quickly tell because I don't want to take up too much time waffling. But I started playing drums because when I was in high school,
not like
we
you.
started. Okay, fine. I'll just talk. I love the sound of my own voice. No, in high school, in my year 7 music class, when we first went in, I always wanted to play an instrument. Didn't know what, I just knew that I wanted to be a musician. And then we got into the music class and the teacher said, all right, everyone that knows how to play an instrument, put your hands up. Everyone else, I'm going to go put you on keyboards. And I'm like, fuck keyboards. So I put my hand up and and she came to me like second or third and said, oh, what do you play? And I went, fuck, drums. And the only reason I said drums is because I figured, I'm just hitting shit with sticks. So clearly it's going to be easier than pretending to play guitar. And from then on, I played drums. And then I had, for an entire term of music, I had to pretend to be able to play drums. And that teacher was, if you remember her, Miss DaCosta.
I do remember Mr. Costa.
Yep, it was her class.
All right,
Third
first,
or fourth term of year 7.
I do remember Mr. Costa. She's a lovely lady.
all right.
She was.
First
She was
album
awesome.
you ever purchased?
Corn's Freak on a Leash. No, sorry, follow the leader of the album.
Follow the leader.
Yep.
First live concert?
It was like a local show in Campbelltown, I think it was, and the band was called Something with Numbers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
It does.
I'm sure I've heard it.
They were
I've heard
a local band that sort of did stuff for a little bit. It was just a show with a friend of mine that said, hey, I'm going to go to a concert, you want to come? And I'm like, yeah.
What's an instrument that you've always wanted to learn how to play?
Guitar.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Kaz will attest to this. I've always referred to myself as a front man in a guitarist's body. I'm rubbish at singing and being a backup vocalist and whatnot. So I've always wanted to be able to sing. I've never been able to carry a tune.
Okay. I mean, I can attest to that.
Go get lessons. I call bullshit.
If you could pick one big band or artist to open a show for, who would it be? Now, this could be living or dead, active or not, any particular point in their lineup, just any big band or artist to open a show for.
Mid-80s Motley Crue.
So much cocaine.
Oh, just literal amount, like entire rooms full of it.
Was it an artist or band you're listening to right now that you believe is seriously underrated?
Frozen Crown.
Are they a local band? Are they what are they?
No, they're fuck. I should know where they're from, and they're not. They're like a think Dragon Force ish, but less taking the piss of themselves, and with a female vocalist.
Oh yeah, Italian power metal band. Yeah.
Yes, correct. So yes.
Mad.
All right. What is something that people may be surprised to learn about you?
I'm deaf in this ear.
What?
Yep. No, I was born. I'm a mutant. I was born with a mutated ear. No, I'm deaf in my right, completely 100% deaf in my right ear, and my ears are actually different. If you look at them, this one's like smaller and it's got no lobe and it's got a little bit hanging up here, and then this one's normal. But yeah, I'm deaf in that ear.
There you go.
Cool.
So,
Half death thrash guitarist.
I just do.
That's mad.
And a lot of people ask me that kind of stuff. Is like, how do you sort of talk to people and have conversations and hear shit and play guitar and all that sort of jazz? I'm like, I don't fucking know, I just do. I was born, to quote Lady Gaga, I was born this way. So I'm literally just sort of used to it. Like, I now know through sort of tests that I've had done and conversations I've had with doctors, I basically hear in mono. Which there's not I wouldn't call them challenges, but there's things that I now know that I can't do. Like, for example, if I have to stand on certain sides of people, and I've actually from a psychological perspective, I've had identified that subconsciously, if I don't want to listen to someone, I'll stand with my right ear facing them.
Wow.
And that's a subconscious thing that I do. But yeah, so I the way that I hear, I actually have no directional hearing either. So when I call out, when someone goes, "Oh, hey," and I'm like, "Where are you?" and they're like, "Over here," it doesn't fucking help me.
Oh no.
But yeah,
Oh wow. How does that work on? I got wow. So many questions.
that's why, in terms of how it all works on stage, I will always try to be on stage right is when you're facing off stage, like stage right.
Yeah.
And I'm always on stage right, so I can hear everything on my left.
Okay. Sweet.
But that said, when I'm playing live, I really only listen to the drums and myself.
Okay. That's good.
Now, I think I might know the answer to this one, but I'll ask it anyway. Cringiest band name or song name that you've been involved with?
You expecting me to say Tensions or Enemy?
No, actually.
Ah, okay. I don't think you will know the name of this. So I don't think you will know this story, but I'm interested to hear what you think it is. But my actual story is when I was in high school, not long after Kyle and I were playing, I was in a band, and Kyle, if you remember, it was with, not with, but I tried to get a band together with a guy called Sean Burke and Chris Griffin. They had zero interest in it, but I conceptually put the band together, started writing and everything, and I called the band Electronic Dice.
I thought for sure you were going to say Angelus Noir.
No, that's a close second.
Far out.
Okay. And your most controversial musical opinion?
Beatles were rubbish. Rubbish!
What was that? The Beatles?
The Beatles were just rubbish.
Wow, that's a good. See that, Kaz? That's a good one.
Yeah, that is good.
Oh wait,
Right.
I'm Wombat's asking. Wait, was the dude called Chris Griffin?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Well, wait.
Oh, here we go.
Wasn't that Oh no, that was
Oh my God.
that was Grumley. No, sorry, that was Grumley. I was like,
Oh, Dad.
But yeah, and I don't know if you remembered Chris from school. He was back in school. He was like a Jaco Pastorius level, phenomenal bass player.
Yeah.
Had zero interest in playing for my band, but still, I went around telling it. That was back when I just went around telling everyone I was in a band, and that's what we were called.
We are in this band. I don't care if he's playing. He's in the bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, so
That
take
was
it
the
to
quick
next
question
segment.
quarter.
That was the quick question quarter. Let's take it to the fuck off files. Have we got the transition ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, hit the thing.
Yeah, Cutaway's working tonight.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, so yes, as we said, KAZZY did this last time he was on, so we don't need to do KAZZY again. But Ash, so for those of you who haven't seen the podcast before, this is the fuck off files. So what we do is, we basically go, if there was 3 things that you could just snap your fingers and Thanos them out of existence from the music industry, what would they be and why? So, Ash, let's have your first thing that you would fuck off from the music industry.
The first thing I'd fuck off is a close second to my contract. controversial opinion. Marshall amplifiers. I think they're the most rubbish things in existence.
Oh, fuck.
All right, can you offer us some context around that?
I just think they sound yuck.
That's because you only hear it mono.
But no, I've never heard or played through or used a Marshall amp that I've liked. So fucking yuck, go away.
What do you prefer? I mean, to be fair,
Fair
we used oranges, and the oranges did sound a lot better than a Marshall. Like any day of the week,
Yeah.
the low end on an orange cab. But you know what I found out? It's like you can't have wheels on your cab when you play. You got to take them fuckers off and put it straight on the ground.
That shit is correct. I learned that the hard way.
So the guys just used to wheel them in and then tip the thing on its side.
Yep.
Well, that's why I had
Fuck, Marshall.
wheels on the
fair
side
enough.
of my cabinets for so long.
What is it about it? Like other than that amazing joke, what is it about it that makes you? Yeah, is it the high end? Are they a bit too?
It's the high end. It's the sort of the mid range sweep that they use. It's the sound. It's the vibe. It's Marbo. It's no. Oh yuck. It's 99% irrational, but I just have this deep hate for Marshall amps, and I don't know why. Like as I said, I've never played through one, head or cab, that I thought sounded at all decent.
I don't like Marshall cabs. Heads. I don't like Marshall heads.
Yeah, heads or cabs. I've used some as backline, and every time I plug into one, I'm like, oh, this is rubbish.
Yeah, I reckon there are much better metal heads that you can get. Like if you're just going for a Marshall, you're just going for a brand. You haven't done no research.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
What did Logan run us through in America?
EVH 5153s.
Oof.
Nice. All right. What's your next
The
one?
Messicat, actually. Sorry. I'll stop.
That's all right. What's your next one? What's your number 2?
This is going to be an interesting one, and I'll vent about it sort of very, very slightly. But the term female-fronted band, that fucking makes me irrationally angry. Because who gives a fuck about female-fronted? Just they're a fucking metal band, or they're a fucking band. Just call them a band. Call them a metal band. Who gives a shit if they're female-fronted? I couldn't give a crap. It's like, are we a male-fronted metal band? Like, I'm not going to claim to be a feminist because I'm really not. But like, that just makes me mad. Like, are we a male-fronted band? No, then suck my dick.
No, I feel you. Yeah, no, I feel you.
Absolutely agree.
No, I will not be referring to any band as female-fronted anymore. That's a very good take on it. I don't say it's a male-fronted band, so why should I say it's a female-fronted band? Very good.
Yep. Maybe we should start doing that. Maybe in our advertising we should be like, it's the return of Sydney's premier male-fronted metal band.
Yeah, maybe we should just do that.
Yes. Keen.
Oh wait, even better. The return of the all-guy band.
The boy band.
Yep.
We just call it boy bands.
Yeah, the boy band.
That
the
play
boy band.
the boy bands that actually play instruments.
We're an all-male band. Awesome.
The OG 5 Seconds of Summer.
Yep. 5 socks.
Metal rock band from Western Sydney.
Done.
Alright, and what's your third thing?
The third thing is actually super controversial, but the fucking internet. Because I heard someone say the other day, and I went on a fucking massive tangent rant.
He doesn't mean it. Please don't shut. Like the internet will hear you, and we'll get kicked off live.
The internet is here. No, it makes me like people say that band music was better in the 90s, and they're fucking right, because back in the 90s we didn't have the internet to bring everyone together and make everyone a band. It's back in the 90s you actually had to make good music, and not just one or two good songs. You had to make good albums. Like, when was the last time after sort of 1995 that a band made an entire album that you just throw and listen to all the way through? And I'm sure we can all sort of give a couple of examples, but pre-internet, that you had to make an entirely good album. You didn't put filler on the album unless you were the Rolling Stones. You put one album in there. You had to try at least to make good albums for people to actually spend $30 to buy an album, whereas now you can spend 99 cents and go out and buy a song, kind of thing. So I know that's really controversial. Maybe that should be my controversial opinion. But yeah, that's Yeah, that really gets under my skin.
You know what?
That's fair enough. We've debated many times on this podcast the advantages and disadvantages of streaming
Oh
as
look,
it relates to music access.
let me be really clear. Like outside of the realm of the niche of outside of the niche of the music industry, I'm a big. I work in technology. I love technology. I love it. I actually enjoy things like sort of podcasts and Twitch and streaming and all that sort of all and the advent of all that sort of technology. I love that, but I don't. What bothers me is what it's done. In my perception, this is entirely my opinion and my perception, but it bothers me what I perceive that it's done to the music industry.
Well, technically, Metallica said it first. Metallica said it was going to fucking literally destroy the music industry, and they were right.
They had the right idea, just the wrong execution.
Yeah, they instead of suing it, instead of fucking trying to sue everybody, they should have just tried to make a constructive argument and maybe not like because the worst thing is when South Park got a hold of it and they did look, Lars is crying. He doesn't get his golden jacuzzi. Because of what was the old school streak? Because of Napster. Now Lars is crying because he can't get his gold jacuzzi, and they took the piss, man. Like, but how hard is it to make it in the music industry in general?
But they've even, I mean, look, Metallica now recognise the folly of that whole thing.
Yeah,
and they've become very heavy embracers of it now.
Oh, because they're getting fucking paid. If they weren't getting paid, they'd be pissing and moaning still. Come on.
Yeah, well, they found out a way to make it work for them.
Yeah. In which case, they probably bought shares in fucking. They probably own shares in fucking all the streaming services.
Well, not so much that, but I think they have their platform that they're where they distribute because they record every concert now. Like audio, they record the audio and mix it from every single concert. And if you go to a concert, you can buy the live audio from that concert.
What?
Yeah, every single concert gets mixed and mastered, and you can go and buy that live show.
Man,
and
I'm sorry,
but for a period of time anyway, and you download it, and then you've got it, whatever. So it's something that they've done, and they have all sorts of exclusive online streams for stuff. They did during the pandemic. They were putting out a ton of their concerts on YouTube for free. So they've very heavily embraced the internet and what it's able to do now. It's just they approached the whole Napster situation the wrong way.
Yeah.
Slashed Agenda just jumped in the chat. Thoughts on reaction video channels? I'm of two minds about it. I think if it's a channel where they're analyzing it and they're saying, they're pausing it and going, oh, I really like how the song did this, or they're breaking it down and analyzing it and offering like a critique or a feedback on it. That's one thing. I think if it's just people sat there nodding along to the song for 5 minutes, or just going just listening to it and being like, oh my god, I can't believe that. Like, that's just, do you know what I mean? Like, that's I think is the dumbest shit. But if they're offering critical analysis of it, I'm all for it.
Yes, I'm with you on that to a degree. One thing I do like with some of those reaction videos is when you see like real young kids that would never have heard that music taking the time and effort to listen to something new. And if it is a genuine reaction, seeing that organic, because how good is it when you show, good is it when you show someone a song that you absolutely love, or devastating at the same time, and they either love it just as much as you, and you get to see them have that reaction like when you had it the first time. So in that sense, it's okay. But like you said, if you just could,
if it's a genuine, the genuine reaction, fair enough. But the ones where it's where it's overblown and intentionally exaggerated just for views. That can fuck off.
Yeah. But at the end of the day,
I do like where you've got an older musician that's not familiar with a lot of modern music listening to and reacting to modern songs, or hip hop. There's channels where there's these hip hop guys and they'll react to metal songs.
That's cool. See, that's the shit I'm talking about. Yeah. Those organic reactions.
Genre and stuff. And again, if it's an organic reaction, cool. But if it's overblown and exaggerated for the sake of views, fuck off.
But at the end of the day, don't be pissed at the content creator. Be pissed at the consumer that's watching it, because you don't have to watch a fucking video. all these people are doing is making content which they think is fun. It says more to the 100,000 people that viewed that video. I think it says more about them than what it actually says about the content creator. Unfortunately, but that's just me.
No,
I think people need to take responsibility for what they watch and what they make popular, because it's the only reason why popular is because people love it.
Yeah,
I think that's a really perfect statement. People need to take responsibility for what they watch. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it.
Yeah, and don't be pissed at other people for watching it.
And there is precedent as well. You've got like Slaughter to Prevail got kind of went viral with all the reaction videos. Ginger as well. Ginger went viral from the reaction videos. So there is benefit there, but again, those are the more genuine reactions. I think are the ones that I think have creative merit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus ones where it's literally just someone that's giving an overblown reaction to try and be funny and get more views.
Yeah.
When it's not actually their thoughts on it.
See, I'd be more interested to see someone sitting online, watching them watch video clips and being like, okay, well, I've never heard of this band before. Let's check this out. Bang. It's pure. There's no two ways about it. But if you're just fucking stealing other people's content, one thing about reaction videos I don't like is when people just steal other small YouTubers' content and react to that and shit like that. I think that's.
And I think I think it's important as well. Like one of the guys that does them that I follow, he makes sure to link. He doesn't monetize the videos.
Ah, good.
He makes sure to link back to the band's Spotify and social media and websites and stuff. So it's like, if you like the song and you're experiencing it for the first time, here's where you can go to get more of it.
I actually do that.
I think is the only respectable way to do it.
If you don't know Sledge Agenda, I actually do that on the odd occasion. I get bands on and we showcase video clips. So I'm actually going to have Tensions Arise on not long before the show, and I intend to try and get nearly every single band on Beer Buddy, and we will watch all their video clips and we will do showcases. And yes, I don't monetize the videos and everything goes back to the bands because... Yeah.
And we did actually we do actually occasionally have reactions on our YouTube channel. We did one for Slaughter to Prevail song.
Yep.
When they dropped their song 1984.
Yep.
So
we're culprits for it too. We sort of do it, but yeah, we're just not in that.
We try and offer some sort of critique.
But it's a fine line. It's a fine line you got to walk between stealing people's content and. Because copyright strikes on YouTube are rife. Like if you piss someone off, I don't know whether anyone is in tune with that whole YouTube thing, and they saw that whole thing with what was his name? I can't remember now. It was a big thing, but yeah, and it ended pretty bad. People got their big YouTubers got their channels demonetized and completely shut down over it. And yeah, it was just all over copyright strikes. It wasn't XQC, but he did jump in on it. And yeah, he jumped out real quick.
Look, so we'll wrap things up here. So again, reminder everyone, if you're watching this, we will post the link for tickets,
merch,
for the show, and for the merch as well. Once KAZZY, once we find all the merch there, you'll probably post, I'm guessing you'll post something from the Tensions page as to what older merch we've got laying around that we're gonna have available at the show and stuff. So if people want to scoop some of that up, they can. So you said there'll be more bands announced maybe the end of the week, is that right?
Yeah, man. Likely Sunday or possibly Monday at the latest, we'll be announcing another 2 or 3 bands.
Whoa.
Okay, cool. And these are all bands that we like or we've got some connection with, yeah?
Correct.
Beautiful.
I mean, I've seen the full lineup, guys, and there's some on here that are going to be surprises. So
yeah, man, and with that, for those that want to come along and may not know some of the bands, you will enjoy them. They're all very, very talented, and it's very intimidating to actually be closing the night out after all these amazing bands. So once it's all announced, if you haven't heard of them, go check them all out.
And look, if you do come along, here's the deal, right? If you do come along to the show
He is right.
and you watch all of the bands and you don't enjoy any of the bands, come and find me at the end of the night and I will buy you a drink. I'm making that promise now. If you come along for the show and you never heard of any of the bands and you don't discover a new band that you might like, that you like, yes, I fucking love this, come and find me. I'll buy you a drink.
But in saying that, don't be that jerk that just goes, "Nah, I didn't like the night." We want an actual critique. If you're going to get that drink, you got to space out what you didn't like. Don't be that guy and just be like, "Oh shit."
I was going to say, can I preach that I didn't like any of the bands?
No, it doesn't count. You're on the show, dickhead. It's alright. Once I'm drunk enough, I'll probably be buying rounds anyway. So.
You shot.
Shots.
We're gonna, mate. I expect to see right before the last song a round of shots up on that stage.
Mate, can someone make that happen?
I will. I'll make sure it happens.
Done.
And we should all
Tee it up.
just before the last song, one slam.
Yep. All right.
Get it done.
Done. That's a thing that's gonna happen.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, dude. If we're gonna do this, you know what? Let's do it like we were fucking 10 years ago, mate. Let's fucking Let's give the old 20-something-year-old liver a call and just say, mate, get ready, and then the 30-plus-year-olds can deal with it the next day.
Yep.
Yeah. Just smash a bunch of Jaeger and Red Bulls and get up on the fucking stage.
That'll be it, boys. Oh, I got such a good feeling about this. It's all coming in the right way, the right breath. It's all coming. It's all coming together properly.
And something else I want to say, guys, as well. If you didn't know, all the old Tensions Arise music is now up on streaming platforms. So, if you've been waiting on that, if you've been, going, well, why isn't this on there? Why isn't this on there? It's up on there now. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, all that good shit. You can go and listen to it right now. Go and check all that out in preparation for the show. Learn all the words again, because we sure as hell have to learn all the words again.
I like my words better, but whatever.
Go and buy your tickets now. Like we said, they're not going to last, especially once more of this lineup gets fleshed out for people. They're really gonna start moving. And buy yourself those shirts, because it's the last time you're going to get an opportunity to. And we need beer money. So.
That's it. Beer money.
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget, guys. 4th of February. The link was up in the chat. If you want to scroll up and you haven't seen it, go click that link for the Mosh Tix ones. Get your ticket, because everyone on this screen right here will be there that day. There you go. It's up there again. Everyone on this screen will be there that day. Are we gonna try to get the rest of the bands on too, dudes, mate?
Oh yeah, we'll try. Try. We'll reach out to people. We'll get some people on.
Yeah, you reckon? We'll see how we go. All right. Might have something.
We'll try and get as many of them as possible. I think we might have Red Beads teed up at some point for later this month. So that'll be good. We'll talk to them about the show. We'll talk to them about recording all of their shit that they're doing at the moment. But yeah, what have you got lined up for Beer Buddy coming up?
I just actually had one fall through, unfortunately. A band I was going to have on just had a little bit of an issue with some timing schedules. So that one sort of fell through, but we're working on some new stuff. I am working on that gig review for Two Dudes Talk Music this weekend. Yeah. Because I went to the very last Halloween show at Frankie's Pizza.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Oh, yeah, I did. And I popped my Disgust cherry. And I did a little bit of filming just for the Disgust boys. And I'm just going to do a little bit of showcase on what I thought of their set. And what the last show at Frankie's Pizza was like. Place as an institution. So that will be up this weekend. And yeah, hopefully a beer review. If I get time. Schedule's very full.
Awesome. All right. Well, before my voice gives out, I just want to say thank you very much again to the rest of the boys for making the time to come on the podcast here. And I will see you dudes in a couple of days for rehearsal.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mate, guys, good luck. Seriously. You just smell it.
Thank you, man. Should be fun.
Thank you. We'll see you guys soon.
Give me a good show.
You will. And to everyone out there in the chat, Thank you for the awesome night. Thank you for joining in on the chat. Yeah, beer reviews. Yeah. Go check out Beer Buddy on YouTube. If you're in a band and you want to get your recording done, go check out Raf's place. If you haven't heard any Attentions to Roy stuff, remember, it's up on Spotify now. It's up on Apple Music. Go do that. And, as we always say here, at Two Dudes Talk Music, the world is a shitty enough place already. Just be kind to everyone, alright? Just everyone love everyone, and we can keep getting on in this world, alright? Take it easy, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Peace out, guys. Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.
Love you, boys.